सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। Hare Krishna. And pranam to all the devotees. So today the topic is we the devotees, practicing devotees, are we special? Are we unique? Are we different from others? So if we notice that as we are continuing to practice in Krishna consciousness, as the time passes by, we continue to improve in bhakti. We keep investing in bhakti. We keep improving in bhakti. And how we measure that? We measure that by the number of rounds of chanting we do, which is 99%, as Prabhupada says. Another 1% is servicing, prasadam, book distribution, and so on and so forth. So our quality of bhakti is directly proportional to the number of round of chanting, how we are doing. And if we compare ourselves to the previous life, when we say previous life, that is before Krishna consciousness, our life was very materialistic. We used to get up late. We used to, when we started doing chanting was very distributed. Morning some, afternoon some, evening some, nights sone se pehle some. And suddenly now we have started doing chanting in the Brahma Muhurat time, in the morning. 16 rounds, at least 16 rounds on the trot. So isn't that a massive improvement as far as progress in bhakti is concerned? Obviously it is. If you, instead of asking or thinking about ourselves, we think about others, that wo Prabhuji Mataji aise chanting karte the pehle, now they are doing in Brahma Muhurat, then obviously we will say that Hari Bol, what a jump in terms of bhakti. And then on top of that, we started associating with devotees. We started going to temple. We started engaging ourselves in as much service as possible. And the months pass, years pass. So everything looks nice. Does this make us special? Actually, if we see, one of the pitfalls we can straightway get into is that when we do this, suddenly मन में कहीं ना कहीं आ जाता है कि we are special, we are different. And knowingly, unknowingly, we start thinking that I am so improved, hence I should start giving lecture to others, hence I should start saying to others. Even somebody who is in Krishna consciousness for say 25 years, and I started chanting 25 rounds. Now from 16 to 25 I moved, or to 32 I moved, or to 64 I moved. And the person who is in Krishna consciousness for 25 years plus, senior to me, he or she is chanting 16 rounds only. Then we start saying, Prabhuji, आप सिर्फ 16 round ही chant कर रहे हैं, आपको 64 round करना चाहिए, ये करना चाहिए. And look at us, the moment we scaled ourselves, we started to suggest others how to do, how not to do, without thinking that he or she is in senior stage, he has invested so much in Krishna consciousness. And we start feeling ourselves special. But actually if we see, हम लोग बस एक चादर ओढ़े हुए हैं. रियलिटी में हम लोग भक्त नहीं हैं. Filhal, most of us, exceptions could be there. If for 1 week, imagine this, we stop doing chanting. 1 week, no 16 rounds. Let's not chant also. Enjoy. The same person who is doing 25 rounds and then we stop doing chanting for 1 week, all our anarthas which is there inside will come out in a way which will be much more bigger and monstrous compared to when we are not in Krishna consciousness. So we are right on the edge. It's like a talwar ki dhar pe. If we are starting to boast ourselves that we are there and we are into it and we have achieved it, it's our illusion. We have to constantly pray to Lord that in us humility comes. Because it's very natural that something when we get expertise on, if we keep doing, we build expertise on. Obviously, chanting becomes easy for us once we start doing. ऊपर से हमने chanting का कपड़ा तो पहन लिया है, लेकिन consciousness कैसा है? We could be disciplined, we could wake up in the Brahma Muhurat, we could chant, we will do all the engagement, we will, but if consciousness is not to the level it should be, it's waste. Hence the frustration also comes in us because the consciousness is not there. And that is where our anarthas creep in. Sometimes we take for granted that because I am doing so much of bhakti, so little flexibility is okay. In anarthas we have काम, क्रोध, लोभ, मद. काम का ही एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं कि काम means we are satisfying our senses through lust. And obviously, if we are not chanting, if we are not offering to Krishna, then automatically we will start satisfying our senses only. Because we cannot be following the void. As Srila Prabhupada says, as in Shastra it's mentioned, that desire हमारे में हमेशा रहेगा. वो जा नहीं सकता, वो हमारे मानस पटल में, that is our nature. We will be desirous. But if we are not desiring for Krishna, we will desire for ourselves, guaranteed. That is where the deity worship, offering flower, offering food to Krishna, satisfying Krishna's senses means we will get prem. Satisfying our senses means we will get lust. जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना कि हलवाई जब स्वीट्स बनाते हैं, when the halwais make sweet, they don't eat themselves, they distribute. इसलिए जब हम सेवा करते हैं तो हमें अपने लिए सेवा नहीं करनी चाहिए. जैसे हलवाई को अपना खाने में टेस्ट नहीं होता है, वैसे ही जब हम सेवा करते हैं तो हम अपने लिए अगर सेवा करते हैं तो हमें उसमें टेस्ट नहीं मिलता है, लेकिन जब भगवान की सेवा करते हैं तो उसमें हमें टेस्ट मिलता है. Hence, satisfying Krishna's senses, we get prem. Also, our sense enjoyment to ourselves is never permanent. कितना करेंगे? There was a time in childhood where we thought that, yeah, we are young, we want to wear nice clothes, we want to eat nice food, we want to go out and enjoy. But we didn't have control on money. पैसे तो पेरेंट्स के पास, तो हमारी इच्छाएं दबी रहती थी. But in our mind it was like, जब मैं बड़ा हो जाऊंगा, जब मैं खुद से कमाऊंगा, then I will enjoy all this. And when we grew, we came to realize that actually I got money to wear good clothes, I got money to have good food, I got money to move around. बट बंदिशें इतनी बंध गई, शादी की बंदिश, बच्चों की बंदिश, जिम्मेदारी की बंदिश, उम्र की बंदिश, that still I am not able to enjoy. My age is going up and up, so I cannot go and do trekking, adventure, or move around in the world that much. I cannot eat that much food because जठराग्नि पेट की कम होती जा रही. My looks are deceiving me, my hair is falling, everything is going away. So I cannot wear the right kind of dresses also, which I could have worn in my young age. So sense enjoyment is never permanent. But satisfying Krishna senses is permanent. As we know that it never goes waste, that investment is always profitable. तो कभी कभी हम लोग जब भक्ति में रहते हैं तो करते 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 कहीं ना कहीं हम अपने सेंसेस को एंजॉय करने लगते हैं. So as we say, bhakti is very simple but not simple. We have to constantly measure our humility or move towards humility. Humility is a very heavy word. One of the devotees asked Maharaj that, Maharaj, I want to know that how can I improve my humility? Maharaj mentioned that improving humility is far, far away. First of all, we have to cultivate humility. That itself is not there. So हमें लगता है हम humble हैं, हम tumble हो रहे हैं, हम humble नहीं हो रहे हैं भक्ति में. Same thing with krodh. If our desires don't get fulfilled, we know that we get krodh. गुस्सा आ जाता है. भक्तों के संग में है तो भक्तों पे ही गुस्सा आएगा. ज्यादातर अगर भक्तों के संग में है वो एक अपराध है. We have talked about it. But it's like Hanuman. We are angry, but angry for the Lord. जब वो जाकर के लंका को बर्न किए, then that is not krodh. That is service towards Lord. But if we are angry for us, तो उसमें क्या हासिल होता है? The famous Bangalore example is that I bought a new car, an auto rickshaw, just scrubbed, and I got a scratch in my car, and road rage happened. Somebody can beat us, we can beat somebody, unnecessary. And we waste our time, we could waste our life also. So getting angry for my senses is a loss. And sometimes it happens that when we are in bhakti and we keep scaling, then we get so ritual, so mechanical, that instead of cultivating the humility, we start cultivating anger. And we think that we are doing in the name of Lord. And we start scolding devotees. We start raising voice to devotees. You know? So, and we think that we are doing bhakti. When Hanuman was burning Lanka, he left Vibhishana's house, and rest was getting burnt. Why? Because Vibhishana was pure devotee. So we have to choose where we should get angry. If भक्तों के लिए कोई गलत कर रहा है तो definitely हमें अपना anger दिखाना चाहिए भक्तों की रक्षा के लिए. लेकिन भक्तों पर anger नहीं दिखाना चाहिए. Similarly, one of the anarthas is greed. और चाहिए इस शरीर के लिए. We want more and more and more for this body. In more we lose when we are focusing on the body. और ग्रीड अगर चैंटिंग के लिए हो, श्रवणम के लिए हो, डिवोटी एसोसिएशन के लिए हो, देयर इन मोर वी गेन. एंड समटाइम्स इट हैपेंस दैट हम इतने साल दर साल, महीने दर महीने, we are constantly in touch with devotees, we are working, we are doing service with them, that we take it for granted. प्रभु जी मैंने बहुत कुकिंग सेवा कर ली, मैंने बहुत ये कर लिया. Now others I compare to, they are not doing anything. So little I have to focus back to my greeds, material greeds a little. Responsibilities are important to do for family, but there is a fine line. Sometimes what happens that we work so hard in office like an ox that our mind totally becomes blank by end of the day. And we want to satisfy our mind through satisfying, to take up and use something which we are using in our previous life, means before Krishna consciousness. Because we tend to tell ourselves that अरे इस मूड में तो कैसे भागवतम पढ़ सकते हैं, I am so frustrated, so anyway कल पढ़ेंगे, so today I can enjoy. So we go back to our weaknesses to enjoy. So that is greed. And that's where we should be conscious and immediately talk to some senior Vaishnavas, be open about it, to tell that Prabhuji, Mataji, ye main face karta hu. Then how to make ourselves busy, or how to get out of that situation. Another artha is illusion, or it's compared to depression also. When we don't get enjoyment, obviously we lament, lamentation aa jata hai. Illusion, very critical example could be death of our, say, near and dear ones, like our father. We say our parents are the most important pillar in our life. वो नहीं होंगे तो कुछ भी नहीं, जो माता पिता का नहीं हुआ वो किसी का नहीं हुआ, so on and so forth, which is correct. But isn't this an illusion, Prabhuji, Mataji, that when our father died, for 1 week, for 1 month, for 2 months, we lament, we are in so-called depression, and then we realize, oh, परिवार है, उनका भरण पोषण करना है, and we go back to our business. Little ooh-ah is there, but it's not like my life is totally gone. So it's imaginary dukh, illusion. And we are talking the relationship of the highest order, parents, in material world. Permanent dukh hai, we are part and parcel of God. वो हमारे सर्वस्व हैं, वो हमारे पालन हरता हैं. They are the Supreme Father, Krishna is the Supreme Father. And हम उनसे बरसों से अलग हैं, millions of birth and death के साथ. That is permanent dukh. इस material जीवन में हमारे इस लाइफ के लिए जो फादर है वो जब जाते हैं तो इतना दुख होता है, और कृष्णा जो हमारे सुप्रीम फादर है उनसे हम इतने विलग हैं. How pained we should be and how pained we are, actually we don't even think. That is illusion. So Sangha of Bhakt will make us realize about that gap. And Sangha of Bhakt is not, there is actual misery. And वो actual misery. Another artha we can talk about is pride. This self-glorification. कि मैंने ये किया, मैंने वो किया. Again, it's imaginary and temporary. What is there today, it looks like so great. It's like a speck after 1 year, 2 year, 10 year, 20 year. The great examples are of celebrities, cricketers and all in India. They are worshipped. At one time, one cricketer was known a lot. He is no more talked. Every 10 years, the face changes. And materially, they are so successful. But that is also temporary. So what is permanent? So glorifying these celebrities or so-called material role models is temporary. They all go away. Only permanent is Krishna, glorifying Krishna. Why? Because Krishna is unlimited. And all these so-called material celebrities are limited. So aren't we wasting our time in human form of life? So as we are working in bhakti, moving in bhakti, we should constantly be contemplating that हम नीचे गिर रहे हैं या ऊपर उठ रहे हैं. Am I improving on my consciousness while I am following the rules and regulations and discipline? स्कूल में भी जाते हैं, मॉर्निंग असेंबली अटेंड करते हैं, जाते हैं, बुक खोलते हैं, देखते हैं, सुन रहे हैं. But am I grasping it? Am I focusing in the class, or am I tick marking all the boxes by being there like a good boy, girl? अगर फोकस नहीं कर रहे हैं तो पढ़ाई से वैल्यू नहीं निकलेगा. Even though I am doing everything which is required, I'm taking. So it's better than not doing anything, but it's much more frustrating because we don't get value out of it. So Krishna conscious में है, हम टिक मार्क कर रहे हैं, लेकिन हम इस तरह से भी कर रहे हैं कि हमें फुल्ली उससे गेन नहीं हो रहा है. And in Krishna consciousness, it's 0 and 1. It's either we are there or we are in Maya. So we have to constantly support each other, tell each other that how we are struggling and how we can pray for each other to keep scaling in bhakti, and be careful of not falling in this trap that I am special. Last but not the least, Prabhuji, we are not special, we are fortunate. We are just fortunate to have this lovely family of ISKCON and understanding bit of Krishna consciousness. We are fortunate. And that should make us humble. If we are not humble, we will tumble in the material world. Thank you so much once again for giving opportunity to share. Please forgive me if I said anything untowards, and while I speak, please pray for me because I don't do anything. I myself struggle big time, but as we say that in saying we do, and that is part of self-purification. So I try to do so that I can self-purify myself also. And thank you for your patient hearing and wonderful association early morning. All goes to Srila Prabhupada, all goes to Guru and Shikaranga, all goes